Hello, friends. May is coming to an end, which means it's time to sum up the results of the past month. In this video, we'll talk about what the team has been working on during this time, what we've achieved, and discuss what's coming up in the near future. So, what have we accomplished this month? Our main achievement is that this little guy finally took off. I don't know how they did it, but they made it happen. At this airfield, we tested all the control systems, ran the main engines, and checked the pressure release and air inflation systems in the ballonets. We checked the operation of the thrusters, and overall, we just took the airship out to see how it weather vanes and how it flies. Overall, we can say that the tests were successful. There are some comments and adjustments that were made, as well as necessary corrections that will be addressed in the coming weeks. Next week, we'll be flying again, taking these changes into account. And most importantly, one of the main things is that our onboard computer, specifically our autopilot program, is gradually learning and getting smarter and better with every flight it completes, using the data and experiences from each journey to enhance its performance and reliability for future missions. And this is an important step for our unmanned airship version. The coming week will be dedicated to carefully refining the software and making some design changes to our airship. And next week, in just a few days, we plan to come back here to the airfield to continue our flight tests and work to make the Nova 01 airship even better than before. These tasks will be carried out directly at the office, so I suggest we head over there to find out what changes are in store for our airship and talk to the team. Let's go! Right now, the whole team is at the office. I suggest we talk to some of the staff to learn more details. Friends, you already know Dmitry. He's responsible for the software of our airship's control system. This week, he's the main person we're counting on. Dmitry, can you tell us how the flight tests went overall, what improvements we decided to make, and what you're working on this week?
This week, we're working on controlled flight using this console, which is designed to help us manage the aircraft's movements from a distance. In other words, we need to test the remote piloting system, where the pilot is quite far from the aircraft and must rely on the system's ability to respond accurately and reliably. In our case, it's 120 kilometers away, so our connection is established via 4G. The pilot can see the full picture here in real time. Since the aircraft is currently turned off over there, there's nothing showing up here for now. Yes, so today and tomorrow, we're going to be thoroughly testing this entire process in real time to ensure everything works as expected. Then, on both Thursday and Friday, we'll be conducting actual piloted flights departing from here, putting all our preparations into practice. At the same time, we're also thoroughly testing the entire software and hardware system, making sure that every component works as expected, so that we can safely and reliably switch it over to autopilot mode when the time comes.
Friends, Shamil is one of the people responsible for the technical side of our airship. I'd like to ask Shamil, in general, how the tests went overall, what issues were identified, and what we'll be working on here this week.
The tests went well in general without any incidents. This week, we'll mainly be working on finishing up the software for the unmanned system. On the technical side, we're changing the rotation angle of the power unit. It's being increased by another 90 degrees. We're making a prototype for the Nova 2. There, the rotation angle of the power unit isn't limited. Here, we're dependent on the servo drive, and it allows us to achieve a rotation angle of 270 degrees. This will let us take off and land vertically, and also achieve our maximum speed.
Awesome. So, it means you'll be able to, in fact, rotate and adjust the engines in such a way that the airship can both take off vertically, and also precisely tilt the main engines downward to force the craft to descend if needed.
Yes, if our goal is to hover in the air during strong winds, we can also turn them backward to counteract the wind.
Which will make the airship more maneuverable.
Yes, it becomes more powerful.
Great. And the payload capacity of such an airship would be about?
Well, it all depends on how much we load the engines, but on average it's 15 to 20 kilograms.
Great, thank you, Shamil. To sum up, we can say that during the first weeks of the month, the team actively dedicated their time to preparing for a historic moment, the first flight of the Nova 01 airship. They assembled the craft piece by piece, installed the electronics, checked control system, and fine-tuned all systems. You could say we worked almost non-stop. And by the end of the month, our Nova 01 finally soared into the sky. We tested all the key systems, from the tail engines to the automation. And most importantly, we began collecting data for our autonomous control system for the Nova 01 airship. And this isn't just a step. It's a giant leap toward the future revival of the airship industry, which we're building together with you. Stay tuned. From now on, we're only going higher.